What's good, y'all? It's tunehype.com. Welcome to the channel. It's Nephew. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, so you can stay in tune with all this gems and knowledge you finna receive. Okay, so I had a couple guys asking me questions about how come their music got pulled down from Spotify. Now, this situation may or may not have happened to you, but if it did, I want to go ahead and go over that in this video. So if this happened to you, this video is for you. And also, if this has not happened to you and you want to prevent it from happening to you, then this video is definitely for you. So make sure you listen to the whole video from start to finish and rewind it and listen to it a couple more times if you don't understand it, okay? So basically, Spotify is its own company. They have full control over everything that's on their platform, because when you submit your music to Spotify, you basically doing a terms of service agreement with them. It goes unsaid because you went to your distributor, and the distribution company has a terms of service agreement that they sign on behalf of you when they register your music and send it to Spotify. So when you register with your distributor, whether that be CD Baby or TuneCore or whoever it is, even though you didn't necessarily sign any forms with Spotify, they do have a terms of service and conditions in which the distributor has to abide by, or else, like anybody else, they'll pull that record down. Now, you're probably wondering what that means, what that got to do with you, because you didn't do nothing. What did you do? Now, a lot of cases, a lot of times, in common situations where I talk to a lot of artists, and they've told me, Neff, you know what? Hey, Neff, man, I just paid this dude on Fiverr to promote my music, man. He put me on the Spotify playlist, and then a couple weeks later, Spotify pulled my whole song down, bro. And I'd be like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So they want to know what happened there. Another situation is somebody was paying somebody who do some Facebook promotion, and like you said, eventually the song got pulled down. Or they just paid any marketer and their song got pulled down. They can't figure out what's going on when we pay these marketers. Their numbers was going up, everything was looking good, but then the song got pulled down. So they want to know, yo, what can we do to prevent that? Can I put my song back up there? What should I do? And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So basically, the terms of service states that you can't manipulate or send artificial plays to Spotify. That be bot plays, or even like having, what I mean by artificially raising the plays is like having multiple cell phones trying to play the music over and over. Having people try to cheat the system, basically, right? So they have a system in place to figure out who's doing it. They got algorithms for that. Now, that algorithm can tell if somebody is cheating the system or using the same like phones or trying to do whatever they can. Now, you may not be doing it as an artist yourself. You just pay somebody to do that. But they might be doing that because that's how they get your plays. They don't necessarily have the network to push your music like how we got, so like if I got 500,000 followers on my Twitter account, I can just retweet your song and it's gonna be 5 or 10,000 people checking out your record. That's a network. That's how I can get you 5,000 plays. But somebody else that say I can get you 5,000 plays, but they only got 300, 400, 500, 1,000 followers on their page, how are they gonna get you these 5,000 plays? Then they say, well, I got access to a playlist. Okay, well, the playlist, they might have access to, long as it's actually active and it's real, everything, then that's cool. But at the same time, the playlist may not be active. It might have the followers, but it might not be active. So they might still be trying to do the 55 cell phone trick, having 100 cell phones trying to listen to music over and over and over with the VPN and seeing if they can't trick the system. So this type of stuff will get your song pulled, and it may not be any fault of yours, but you hired a bad promoter. And in a case like that, you need to hire a better promoter. And so thank God you on tunehype.com, and that I'm going to help you figure out how to tell if the marketing is real and what you should be doing. What you should be noticing is that if you have analytics and stuff like that, that the promotion from the playlist should actually come from the playlist, meaning that the plays come from the playlist. Whenever somebody is sending you bogus traffic, it comes from an external source, and it never says it comes from the playlist. It just don't even show you where it's coming from. So you could pretty much tell, like, if you pay for playlist marketing and then you don't see no playlist, like, okay, where's it coming from? Now in a situation like where you have somebody with a big, large network, then if they can show you and say, well, it didn't come from the playlist, but I do got such and such page where I drove the traffic from. You have to verify the sources of traffic. And, a lot of promoters not finna tell you where they're getting their traffic from, because a lot of times they paying somebody else to promote you, and they don't really want you to know who they paying to promote you, because then they can't make no money. So it's kind of like a middleman type of thing when it comes to that. And that's why it's so fishy and up in the air who's doing what. And that's why your music might get pulled from Spotify, because you really don't know who's doing what. So on this channel, I want to teach you guys a lot of strategies to be able to promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like if you go to a restaurant to buy food, you don't know what they're putting in your food. You don't know how much salt, how much MSG, how much preservatives. If somebody was digging in their nose, you don't know what they got in your food. It's the same thing with the marketing. You don't know where they got that promo from. But if I can show you guys organically how to do it, then it's just like going to the grocery store and buying that organic fruit. And now you sitting here making your own meal, your own 7-layer dip. You know every part that got put into that dip. So when you dip your chip in there, it's like the best, because you know what you put in that, and you know where the traffic come from. And when Spotify deletes your music, they're going to ask you, what happened. If you can show them, like, look, this is where the traffic came from, then they'll put the song back up. So you want to make sure your traffic is coming from a legitimate source, YouTube or something like that, Instagram, somewhere you can measure it and say, look, this is where it came from. Also, sometimes you might have to put your Spotify link inside of a bit.ly link or something like that when you give it to the person, so that they could go ahead and use that to promote, so you can see where the traffic's coming from. But a lot more on that, guys. This video not long enough for me to tell you all of that. I'm gonna have to make another video about that later. So if you like that, if you found this information valuable, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about music, anything like that, because the more you ask, the more information I can tell you. I know a whole lot about this stuff, but sometimes I don't even know what y'all want to know. So I could be just rambling and just talking about a bunch of stuff, when you guys could easily just tell me what you really want to know, and then I can just go ahead and drop some more gems. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and, like I said, drop something in the comment box for me below, and talk to you guys later. All right, guys, peace.